MovieWeb.com.
Hello world, my name's Evan and I'm here at Disney's Animation Research Library to talk about their 40th anniversary DVD release of The Jungle Book.
All the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities.
Forget about your worries and just strive.
I mean the bare necessities, or Mother Nature's recipes that bring the bare necessities of life.
What was your biggest goal in creating the bonus features for the Jungle Book DVD?
The biggest goal for us was to celebrate a 40th anniversary of the movie. And that was really where we started. This needed to be the definitive release of Jungle Book. So that was our goal.
What's it like to have done a voice for one of Disney's seminal films?
Well, you know, the experience at the time I did it was not that big of a deal, to be perfectly honest. It would only involve maybe 15 or 20 days work total over the 3.5, 4 years of the production of the film. And for many years there, really, as a young man, it was something that I did when I was 12. You know, it was like having been on a baseball team where we won the city championship. You know, it wasn't a big part of who I was as a young man. It's only been rather recently, actually, when I've watched the movie with my daughter on my lap, my 4-year-old, that I get a little deeper sense of what a precious thing it is that you're actually having this impact on little minds, either in children or adults, but you know, that innocent part of everyone's mind, and it's all good. You know, the Jungle Book is all, it's just all good.
Now, why do you think it's important to restore these films? I mean, is it, for historical reasons, for new generations of kids, or all of that?
I think all of it. I mean, I think these films are timeless, and as Walt, keenly realized early on that they had a longer shelf life above and beyond their original release. So they certainly have a value that way. But I think in a broader sense, there is the value of their place in American cinema, in American culture. And it may be a little grandiose a statement, but I think there's a moral obligation on those of us who have these libraries, regardless of what they are, to preserve them and maintain them and show them for future generations to come. And the company fully supports that, and we're very fortunate to work with a company that recognizes the value of its library, of its assets.
What is the toughest part, in your opinion, about putting together special features for something like the Jungle Book? I mean, is it the research that you were talking about, or? Yeah,
finding something new. What made this particular DVD so special is we had people who were around during the time. Richard Sherman, for example, who wrote the music, was a great resource to us. Bruce Reitherman, who is the voice of Mowgli, but he's also the son of Woolly Reitherman, the director, passed down some wonderful anecdotes about Walt Disney and the storytelling part of it. Those are usually the biggest challenges, when you have to kind of find those archival materials and make sense of them all. So we really enjoy doing that, and that's one of the pleasures of working on these titles.
Was it odd, or did it help you to work with your father? I mean, on the first thing that you'd done?
You know, I think my dad went out of his way to, well, you know, actually, I have to say that my dad he coached the baseball team I was on. We did a lot of things where he taught me an awful lot. And we had I can't remember any times where we had problems on the set, although I think at times he encouraged one of the other fellows, Larry Clemens, the primary writer on the show, he encouraged Larry to be the guy in the room with me, just to put a little separation between father and son. He would still be in the booth, and he'd still be, relaying information back and forth and deciding whether or not to go on. But I think he actually understood a little bit that, fathers and adolescent sons can have some extra, charge to their interactions, and it was probably very clever of him to give us a little space in that sense and have someone else help me with most of the dialogue.
When you're given a film like The Jungle Book to restore, what is your main goal? I mean, it probably isn't the same for each film that you work on.
The goal on Jungle Book, and actually pretty much on all of these, is to be able to get a pristine digital copy that is fully representative of the original artwork and the artistry and the intent of the animators. And so with Jungle Book, it's preserving special things like the line artwork, that you can really see the construction lines from the animators. That's a very beloved aspect of this film. And so that's something that we're absolutely making sure is part of it from day one. We were never going to change that.
All of the features have something very unique and special to them, and that's how we really designed the disc. Each tells you a little bit something different. We've got experiences for the collector that are just fascinating, never before seen materials, all the way to a brand new interactive gaming experience for families.
You know, knowing that this was the last film that Walt was involved with, I think the most difficult thing about it was knowing that, looking over our shoulders and knowing that we get it right.
Look for the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities.
Forget about your worries and your strife.
I mean the bare necessities, or Mother Nature's recipes that bring the bare necessities of life.